I bet you expected this, right? If you didn't, well, you will also not be expecting that I'm holding you in my hand right now. I can't really see chat on my streaming PC, I don't know why. So I'm using Twitch on my mobile, which, what the fuck? It's weird. But hey Neris, by the way. But it's the only way I can see chat right now, so, you know, I'll be doing that. It's a bit awkward, but I'll try to notice it, I guess, or I'll try to be checking every now and then. I don't think there's any chance I will fix it on my streaming PC right now. It just went completely blank, like the window just went blank, right? Completely. Anyway, I hope sound is okay. I hope that you know, I haven't touched anything weird and that you can't hear me through my phone or something, or you know, some shit like that. At least I can see my follows and shoutouts and my chat. Wow. So it seems like I have a few people to thank. Wow, like, alright, so, wow. All the way back from the 14th, I have to thank Vectile for the shout out to 5 viewers, and then again on the 14th to 7. Thank you Dragoleague X for the follow, even though that was also on the 14th. More Vectile stuff, thank you again. Juan2521 followed me on the 22nd of March, so thank you very much for that. And that is all I can actually see. I should do something about that. I should find a way to get alerts on my streaming PC, or at least on my normal PC, my main one. That said, this is stressing because I can see how many viewers there are, and that is like always stressing. Wow. Okay. Anyway, today's stream is just chatting. It's just chatting. It's not just chatting. It's just chatting. We'll have music playing by, well, as you can see, White Bat Audio, right? A nice little cyberpunk 1 hour mix of his own works, I think. Usual shout out. Usual credit where it's due. Good music. Awesome music, actually. With that said, yeah, just chatting. Honestly, I hope this doesn't like get many views. It is probably going to be Sappy a little bit, I have to say. Sappy is becoming quickly a favorite word of mine, which I didn't know. And I guess it's also going to be about, I don't know. I mean, alright, to put it into perspective, I'm smoking right now. It's also why you don't see me on camera, because I don't want you to see me smoking, obviously, any more than I want you to see me like eating or, you know, drinking out of a large bottle. Same way I don't want you watching me smoke. And if we're talking about bringing back old habits, there's also the habit of feeling things, right? Now that's a habit that no one can fucking drop. Unsurprisingly, I can't drop it either. I wanted to do like... I wanted to talk to you about certain things. This is kind of awkward, okay? Because like I have to juggle. Like I've told you before, like it's difficult for me to talk on stream. Actually, it's not that easy. As you might imagine. And if I start fumbling with my words, it goes downhill from there, right? Oh, by the way, yeah, sure, I'll turn on my camera, but it's gonna be later. It's gonna be after I'm done smoking. Which shouldn't take too long anyway. I'm just chilling. So if I'm going to bring up like the whole subject of emotions, I guess I should start by giving some context, let's say. And to do that, I'll need to tell you a bit about me. As you can tell, this stream is going to be about me primarily. But you can jump in and just like whatever, tell me whatever, ask me whatever, I don't care. I'll answer as truthfully as I ever have answered anything else. Though it's not an ask me anything per se, you know. It's still, I guess it still counts, right? So, you know, I find myself lately just expressing a lot of things to a lot of people. And it has been quite chaotic, as you like. Right. I do have to preface. I have to actually give you a reminder that you know, I am like, I'm not into exclusive stuff. All right. And we're gonna talk about that for a moment, I feel. Or I want to talk about that for a moment. Like today you're my bitch. Or bitches, okay? Because I can do anything I want. I'll just talk about my feelings then. Right? So, in that regard, yeah, you're my bitches. I'll just talk and you listen and there's nothing you can do. I mean, you can tune out, of course, but like, I don't know. I'll still be talking here. You can't stop me. I can't be stopped. Also, I'm feeling awkward because, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's a good kind of awkwardness though, you know. Anyway, let me sip some tea first. That's it. Alright, now everything is proper. Oh, and before I go on, I am so fucking dead. I'm sleepless. This is probably the worst it has been in a long while. I saw it coming, it couldn't be stopped. Sometimes you gotta hit rock bottom in some things for you to actually like just start climbing up, and I find myself at many bottoms lately, and don't do not take that out of context, okay? Or do, I mean, it's up to you what you wanna like think about me, I don't care. But yeah, I mean, here I am like smoking, which is rock bottom. I mean, okay, maybe it's not, maybe it's just 1 or 2 cigarettes and then I'll stop again like I usually do. But still it's smoking, still it counts, I guess. And I'm talking on stream about my feelings now. That's, if you ask some people, that's like another bottom that you can be at, you can find yourself at, right? Just venting on a stream. But I think this category, right, just chatting, I think it's for that. It's, or at least to me, right? That's what it's there for. If I just want to chill and like share stuff about me, I guess. And if it's not, I guess someone will let me know, and I will correct my course. And you'll never hear about my shoddy feelings. But yeah. So like being poly, right? It means that you can engage different people, which means that if you know, if Murphy's Law hits you real hard, you can find yourself at the bottom in that regard as well, where, you know, your feelings get the best of you. You feel overwhelmed by what is going on, etc., etc. This has been like my reality for the last, I don't know, month, I want to say. Perhaps more. I mean, perhaps it started... Right, remember when I talked about the whole situation with like a certain someone where I just like shared my experience with that person whom I met like on World of Warcraft, and like, you know, it was like yeah, I don't know. And anyway, ever since then, it's been weird, very weird. And I just wanted to like talk about that shit, you know? I guess I've never done like a longer intro. I've never like danced around what I want to say more than I have right now, but it's not intentional. All right, it's just that I literally have to think twice before I speak. Not because like I don't want to like say something, but because I'm at my limit mentally right now. In the sense that like I'm tired, I'm sleepless and tired, and I'm smoking. And I'm fucked, you know. Any pauses are me drinking something, tea or water or anything, by the way, don't worry. Which I will fucking need. You know, considering how long my streams have been lately. Even just chatting might take hours, who the fuck knows. And you know me, I mean, I like to talk. I like to kind of like, you know, give myself out there a little bit. If I get the opportunity. Anyway, I preface it a bit. I guess it's fine. So it's interesting to me how I've been feeling towards like the people that I've met so far. You know, the last few weeks, I'd say. I find myself thinking about my connections to people and how I feel about them. I've had some interesting conversations with certain people who, let's just say, they think differently. Shall I say it that way? And I've heard their insight and their like side of things, and it's been so fucking interesting, with certain highlights. And I don't know, I just wanted to put a few things out there as well, you know. So this is a difficult part, I guess. So how do I feel? And this is gonna become relevant, hopefully, because that's my plan, right? But you know, you make plans and you think like, oh, I'm gonna say this and that, but like, who knows where conversation is gonna take us, right? Or monologue in this case. So how do I see things? It's difficult to say in few words, like how it feels to be like polyamorous, I guess, in the way that I'm experiencing it, okay? Because like others might experience it differently, obviously. But for me, it's like there seems to be like an overwhelming amount of emotions in me, right? In a good way. I can't and don't want to contain them, right? And they kind of, you can think of them if you like, as tendrils, right? As, I don't know, as tendrils, yeah, that they reach out and they explore. That's the start of every good fucking hentai you've ever watched, I know, but like bear with me a little, okay? Because it's not going there. But like, fuck. Funny story about tentacles, but no. I shouldn't. Let me focus. Okay, I don't want to talk about that. Or I don't know. Do you want to hear like that bit of lore and about tentacles and me? It's interesting, to me at least, how that played out. Anyway, I mean that's lore from back when, before the launch of like the Secret World, and it also is connected to like me meeting certain people. But anyway, let me go back to the subject. Like honestly, it's just, this one is gonna take a while to share anyway. So I shouldn't pepper it with like random stories as well, right? Okay, so I experienced it, as I said, and I can't help it. It's like it's fucking spreading, okay? And how can I say this? It's touched certain people, and they've definitely touched me. All right. This is like proverbial, okay? Don't read too much into what I just said, okay? Just, you know, let's say I've felt certain people, and certain people have felt me. Let's say, okay? Put it that way. And so how is it? It's like, I mean, let's take, for example, like, should I talk with names, I wonder? I've already asked one person if they would be okay with that, and they are. And so I will name that person. They don't mind anyway, I asked. And, but hey, you know, who knows? I'll probably use character names, I guess, for some of you, or some of them, I don't know. So far this is like really harder than I thought, but it also feels so nice to just like talk about it, I guess, even though I haven't said a thing, if you haven't noticed. So Neris, would it be okay to talk about you as well, by the way? Sure? Okay. So Neris, for example, I've known him for years now. Or should I say you? Like, no, I'll say him, because like it's confusing for the rest of the people who may be watching. So to me, like what I see in you, like, so being polyamorous, right? It's about seeing different things in different people. For me, alright? That you want to associate with, to be with. For example, Neris is one of the kindest people I've ever seen, or known, I should say. It's like I haven't found like let's say such a soul as Neris ever. Is such a kind soul, honestly, and it's very easy to to love that. Neris, you're making it too easy to love you. And that's what I see there. For example, it's so unique that it's enough. To be honest, it's you'd be surprised like how rare that is. Or maybe you won't be surprised, I don't know. So, there's also Sam. Sam is like, it's interesting because we had a talk recently. Hello, Sam. If Neris is a very kind soul, Sam is a very unique mind, very, very unique, to the point where I find myself in love with that, because it's just it's difficult, okay? I'm trying. Give me a break. Cut me some slack, okay? I guess I'm trying to say like that I do see unique things in unique people, and it's easy for me to love them for that. And I guess like most of them would tell you, oh, but that's like not something too important or whatever, but I don't know. Your soul, no, I am going to be very precise in my wording, in that I said earlier that I fall in love with certain characteristics of people, but that doesn't mean that they also don't have other qualities. It means that what I find myself drawn to is that particular thing about them. And of course, another person could disagree with that, could view it differently, could have another opinion, and a very different experience with the same people. So, you know, don't be quick to say, oh, but I'm not that, or but I'm not this, or, you know, it's just like, this is like my experience, you know, this is my thing, right? So yeah, don't read too much into it in the way of like, oh, I don't have anything else, I'm just a brain in a jar, in a fleshy jar. It's not like that. Honestly, it's not like that. And obviously, you know, there are more people. Like, for example, there's Kitty, all right, whom I'm not going to name properly because I don't know if they would like that. You're just teasing? Yeah, well, fuck you, tease man. All right. So Kitty is for me, like, here's what I see with Kitty, for example. Kitty is a rock. Do not make any innuendos, okay? I'll make them myself. Kitty is a rock. Whenever I've been down, or whenever I've, like, you know, had doubts about anything, Kitty was like, oh, you simply do this. Oh, you will simply do that. It's easy. You got this. Like that kind of, like, let's say, support class is what Kitty plays in real life. A very wholesome, very down-to-earth person. I'd say if I could taste Kitty, I'm pretty sure it would have the taste of, like, earth, you know, of like ground, of, I can't explain it. I can't really explain it. So this is so unique to them. By the way, a lot of the things I'm going to say won't make sense, alright? I'm telling him you said that? Well, you better sit down, mister, because I've got some stuff about you too. So, yeah. Okay. What I feel about which nickname should I use? Oh god, bye. Nah, you're staying here. Or not, I don't know. I can't keep you. But, like, you've been like, you know the sensation when you walk down a street and you see through a glass window, like maybe I don't know, maybe an office building, maybe. That's how it feels. And you look through and you see, like, a person there and they're working, and you're thinking, like, oh, this person is, like, probably quite made, right? You see them as someone who is, like, where you will never be, somehow, in a good way, and yet they turn and look at you, and you know that like they saw you, you know, somehow. This is a sensation that you give me, and it's kind of humbling in a good way, and you know, that kind of humility can be a very good lesson, let's say, and good inspiration as well. And so I love that about you, like this thing that you do to me. I do love it, and I find it very unique. Like, I've met a lot of people who were, like, hard workers or this or that, but you, if I were to call you anything, I would say, okay, that's like let me think about it. A slightly downtrodden businessman, and that has a charm. That has a charm, and I always like that about you. Anyway, but yeah, as you can see, it's like you've been called worse. I've been called a lot worse. But no, really. I imagine us in a different reality, where you go out of your of the building that you work in, and I'm just there, and we share just a quick chat in your break, for a smoke or something, and we're from completely like different facets, let's say. But this moment, we just sit there and we can share a few words, and it feels good, kind of maybe offer some insight to each other, from a very different perspective. That's the kind of feel that I get, right? And that I don't have with anyone else. So anyway, this is like the things that draw me to people, for example, and why I maintain like contact with them. I don't think I would ever find such things elsewhere, And to me, having to choose between these things is like just impossible, honestly. And I guess this is the lengthiest way I've ever like described how I feel, how I feel things, how I experience people close to me, let's say. And these feelings are strong enough that I would but very certainly share myself with people like that, and that's how it functions for me, being polyamorous. I can't really just choose, and it's not like greed. It's honestly that I myself also have like a lot to give, I think. Or maybe not a lot, but like a lot of one thing, let's say, Maybe not many qualities, but what is there's enough of it, Let's put it that way. Anyway, so all these little mentions, let's say, are just to say that sometimes when I've been reaching out and when I've been like feeling my way around people, it doesn't always end well, obviously it doesn't always end well. And it just so happened that lately it's generally hard times, let's say. All right. I met a few people with whom in the end, I just couldn't connect, to say the least. Sometimes when you try to connect with someone, it's like your USB slots, they just don't match, and either you or the other person, you keep switching sides, you keep trying this or that way, and it just won't go in. Okay. And so, I'm not going to go into detail about them, because, it would be inappropriate, I guess. And that's what's been, let's say, kind of dragging me down a bit. Like, I don't know. Every single time I've tried to compose myself after that, I would meet yet another person, and I would be like, oh, maybe I can connect there. And no, you can't. And when that happens many times, you kind of start feeling drained, right? You start feeling like you're thinning out a little bit. And you forget that you've already got like you know, really cool people around you. So, you know, thanks for being there. God, this is difficult. And very unceremonious. But I'm trying to hold back because, you know, I don't want to like... I don't want to get too emotional. And I wanted to say that like Alright, I'm gonna say that I feel very connected. Tiny enemy spider. Oh, that's super cute. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I wanted to say that you matter to me. Okay. And I love you. So, yeah. The poses are not the sipping of tea right now. They're kind of like composing, restructuring. This one was tea, actually. So, you know, it's so strange. I just wanted to share that, you know, it's been a bit rough, and I've been a bit down, but like, yeah, I do mind all of you, and I really appreciate you being there. But yeah, that's the dangers of like opening up, of like trying to connect with others. Like, of course you're gonna get fucked sometimes, and it's so easy to just like focus on that. That's what I've been doing, sadly, you know, focusing on the negative things. And you know, it made me a little bit let's say uncertain, or like more than a bit, I guess. It's moments like this when you start like doubting yourself, and you're like, okay, what if I can't connect anymore, you know, to anyone else? And then I was wondering, like, where does this go? I mean, an interesting thought I was toying with in my head, right? Fly together, Spider-Man. Godspeed, Spider-Man. But no, like, in the end, you will never please everyone, and you will never be compatible with everyone, I suppose. And that's okay. That's neither their fault nor yours, I guess. And I mean, what are you gonna do in the end? Like, be in love with the whole world? I mean, that's very ideal, but I don't think it's possible. And I think that part of me kind of wished it was. But I think... Exactly, yeah. Trying to please everyone and you'll please no one, including yourself. And as a certain someone pointed out, you also sometimes have to let go of what's not working. Right? Yeah. And I don't know, I just all these things were occupying my thoughts daily, and I would talk about them with others. And yeah, I guess it kind of made me feel down, you know. But in reality, there's no reason to. Which I realized, like, after certain talks I had recently. You know, sometimes you just have to focus on the USB hub to which you belong, right? And yeah, so hence this stream where I really wanted to get these things off my chest. And basically just say, hey, that's what's going on. That's what I've been beating myself with. But everything is okay. And I'm glad to be where I am, let's say. Whew, that that took a lot more effort than you might imagine. But yeah, this is basically me just praising you in a way. Not only so that I don't forget again, but also so that you don't doubt yourself. You know, or whatever you do, just think back to this. Alright? Oh god, I'm gonna go for another cigarette. That's it. You'll be the end of me. Streaming is gonna fucking end me eventually. I'm telling you, it's like that fucking book. What was it called? That French book, I think? Or rather, is it French though? About that guy who could, who just wanted to, or rather was obsessed with like the unique scent of people to the point where he was, he would kill them to turn them into fragrances, let's say. The perfume, yeah, perfume. Yes, yeah, exactly. So, you know, it's not like that. I'm not gonna turn you into like into beauty products. Okay. It's German. It's really German? Wow. I didn't know that, and I consider it one of my favorite reads, short reads. Isn't the series German? Really? Damn! I always read that name with a French accent, and thus, you know, says king, some kind of. I don't know why. It is set in France, yeah, that's for sure. So weird. There you go, live and learn, right? That is just so me. Like, loving something and knowing nothing about it is just so me. And it extends to people, you know. And that's also part of why sometimes, you know, problems arise, because it's so instinctual that I can't control it, nor would I want to. And without knowing the other person, I can just fall in love with them. But you know, just like with many other things, sometimes it's gonna pay off. And it's for those times that I would never change it. And you know, as said, those times are the times that, you know, I've fallen in love with, like with Neris and with Sam and with Kitty and with still, how should I call you, for fuck's sake? I don't want to give your real name unless you consent. So I guess, Should I use like your World of Warcraft name? I don't fucking know, Wastelander. Yeah. Should I use your German World of Warcraft name? No. Just use my actual name. Okay, Adam then. That's your actual name. Yeah. What a weird relationship. You bought me at an auction as a slave. I think that was like quite romantic, to be honest. But yeah, like with each of you, I have had like oh my god, the real shinobi god. Oh boy. The real shinobi god. So which one of these? Wait, I'm gonna find another thing for background music. Give me a second. I need to know if like these things are like copyright protected or not before I kind of like go into it. Okay, let's try this. Just because it has a very nice image here. There. Also, don't worry, I'm not gonna start smoking again. It's just that the subject is so difficult. It's so fucking difficult that I had to. Like, imagine how difficult it is. Anyway, your idea of romance is certainly interesting. Yeah, a lot of things that I don't know. I guess I see weird things in weird moments, and they kind of click, you know. Also, you can tell me if the music is loud enough, or if it's like, you know, too loud, because I don't want it to be the main focus, to be honest. I mean, obviously. Also, if I'm not mentioning someone, it's only because I don't know if they feel familiar enough to me for me to do that. Alright. I mean, for Adam, I mean, I still don't know, but I just wanted to call you out. I like doing that to you. I don't know. I like teasing you a lot. I like kind of I don't know, exposing you to or exposing you in general with my stories. Yeah, bullying you. Yeah, exactly. With my love. That's how it works. But yeah, it felt like lately it felt so fucking weird what I've been through with like trying to connect to people. I wish I could speak more openly about the things I've experienced, because they make very funny stories. Alright, I'm the kind of person, I mean, you know that from like our conversations probably, or my monologues here. I like turning all those things into chapters of my life, and I like, you know, remembering them and you know, fondly, let's say, even if not all of them were good experiences. Like that one time where, you know, I was so fucking drunk that I, you know, so that was interesting. So that night started as a casual meeting with my two cousins. It then became a battle for survival, because as I was drinking my beer at that particular bar, a fucking cockroach fell into my bra from the ventilation above. I'm not even kidding. I ran, so immediately what I did was like cup my breast to keep it there, alright, in my clothes. I said very politely, like, I have to use the bathroom. No one saw what happened, by the way. So, you know, I didn't want to cause like a commotion. I was like, I'll have to use the bathroom for a minute, like, excuse me. And so there I am, like capping that cockroach, holding on for dear life. Walking to the bathroom on heels. Alright. I reach the bathroom. I lock the door. And I start throwing my clothes off. So fast. I'm trying not to scream. I'm trying not to make a sound. Okay? I'm getting butt naked. Trying to figure out where the fuck the roach is. I find it. I kill it. I dress up. I go out and we join my cousins and we keep drinking our beer. At one point I'm like, hey, it might be a good idea to move like from underneath the ventilation because this and this happened. And they were like, you know, what the fuck? And so anyway, we ended up like drinking so much that you know, I mean, alright, to my defense, it also was because I was wearing heels, right? So I couldn't like exactly balance on those things. I think it was one of the last times where I wore like pointy heels, like stiletto heels or whatever you would call those. You know, the thin ones anyway, the very thin ones, and tall ones as well. You know, after that night I never did again, because when I go out, because it's like impossible to, you know, to even dance, to be honest, at least for me. Whereas, for example, larger, chunkier heels, that I can manage. Alright? Perhaps, you know what, maybe I will show you like what my limit is, and at the same time show you one of my favorite pairs. But anyway, that's for a bit later. So my cousin, who's like a little bit big, just to put it like mildly, he was like, oh, so you can't walk? I'll carry you. And he's like, you know, we had this kind of familiarity, obviously they were relatives anyway. So he literally fucking grabs me, puts me on his shoulder, and I'm like, okay, fine, that's fine, you know. And that's how he transported me from place to place for the remaining of the night. Taking me out of the car, onto his shoulder. Alright, where are we going? Are we gonna eat something? Cool, let's go. And so you would see this kind of like, you know, bear of a man carrying me. And I'm like, absolutely just enjoying it. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's fucking cool. That's how I'm riding. That's my mount. Whatever. And so to get to the point, I was very drunk at that point, right? We decide, or rather they decide, I didn't have like the capacity to decide things, that they want to eat something, you know, both of my cousins, they're brother and sister, by the way. We go somewhere and I'm like, okay, Alex, I need to use the bathroom, like that's it. I need to fucking sit down on the bathroom and like just let nature do its thing, you know, because like I can't hold my drink today, you know, which is very rare, by the way. So imagine how much fun we had, to be honest. And so yeah, he does that. He puts me in the bathroom and I'm like, alright, cool. So I spent about, I don't know, 38-45 minutes vomiting incessantly, not being able to do anything else. Just I'm gonna be full honest with you, I was just like, I was burping, vomiting, shitting, peeing, in the, of course, you know, on the shitter, obviously, you know. Well, the vomit wasn't going in there because I was sitting on it. And you know, after all this time, my cousin comes to pick me up, because of course, as he would, because, you know. So he knocks on the door, he's like, hey Daphne, are you okay? And I'm like, maybe, and I'm like, I'm fucking dying, honestly. At which point, he just forces the door. Because I literally, I was telling him, like, I can't reach the door, it's like there's too much vomit, and it's all mine. And, you know, he brazenly just charges in. He goes like, oh my fucking god, like, you're a fucking mess, that's it, we're going home. Picks me up, you know. Obviously at that time I had already, you know, I wasn't like shitting anymore, obviously. But I was just still vomiting. Like, it was serious. I'm not even joking. And anyway, he picked me up. I was so afraid I would continue vomiting and I would vomit on him. But I didn't. And, they brought me home. I was a mess. I immediately went into the bath. And yeah, that's the end of that very fucked up night, which I remember very fondly, even though it was like the absolute worst. Actually, there's been one time where it was worse, but not in terms of dignity, alright? But in terms of like being so drunk that like I felt cut off from reality, and I also ended up in the hospital for a whole day of like getting my stomach pumped out literally, and then like a whole day in the hospital. I woke up and I was like, oh, is it morning yet? And no one was there, to be honest. Just the doctor going like, oh, here you are. And I'm like, yeah, where exactly though? Where exactly am I? And then it kind of started dawning that like I had been taken there by my mother, if I remember correctly. And then I started like remembering myself on a stretcher and the doctor like asking, hey, what did you have? And I was like, orange juice. God fucking damn it. And yeah, but that was like insane. Like, I don't know. Alright. And there was this other time. Oh my god, there are so many fucking times, let me tell you. Alright, so there was this other time where I had, holy shit, I don't even know how much I had to drink. I was very fine. I was absolutely fine, alright? There was nothing bad about it. You couldn't tell, like if you saw me, you wouldn't be able to tell. Except, and I have witnesses for this, okay? At one point as we're walking back home, in the middle of the square that we had to cross, I stop. I'm standing up, like normally, there's like nothing's going on. My friend Theo asks me, are you okay? And I'm like, oh sure. And as I say that, I projectile vomit so hard, fucking reptile would blush. Like that thing came out like a fucking blob of miasma. It landed away from my shoes, which I didn't fucking, I didn't put any on that. Alright? And then I was like, now I'm better. Let's go home. Like honestly, even though I'm not talking with Theo anymore, every time that in the past we would meet, he would bring it up, like, and he would be like, yo, that was the most perfect projectile vomit I've ever seen in my life. And I was like right there, and we would laugh about that. I got nothing, like I got none of it on my shoes, none of it on like anyone else or on my clothes, nothing. It was like literally fucking spraying that shit, like you have no idea. Anyway, unbelievable. I've never been able to replicate it. Not that I tried, but I've never seen anyone like replicating that, and I never felt the need to. But that was pretty fucking unique, I have to say. Pretty fucking unique. Let's see, what other drunk stories do I have actually? Going out with some acquaintances from school, from high school I should say. So we got drunk, again at the same place by the way, the same place where I drank enough to projectile vomit. And that night was so fucking surreal. Because like I didn't know these guys too well, right? I mean we went to the same school, but it's not like I knew them, the same high school or whatever. It's not like I knew them too well, right? but somehow I ended up like talking to one of them. I'm gonna try to remember what his name was. Stratos, I think. What an epic name. You know, if you're not Greek, it sounds like a super epic name, right? But like in Greek, it's just trash. But Stratos. You know, but anyway, yeah, so Stratos. And he was confiding in me like how one of his fetishes include like, oh my god, like so one of his fetishes included like, oh fuck, alright, I'm gonna say it. Fuck. Inserting beer bottles into people. Alright, so just that. I'm gonna leave it at that. Because like it was so fucking random, you have no idea. I was like, oh, really? Like, you don't like using your dick or something? And he was like, I do, but like that's cool. And I'm like, oh, I feel you. What are you gonna say to that? You're like, okay, if I say the wrong thing, I might end up with like a fucking bottle in my ass. Alright, but anyway, so yeah, poor old Stratos, anyway. So yeah, my friend Lawrence, got so drunk that night that when it was over and we wanted to just, you know, walk off the alcohol, let's say, he would serially piss on every fucking store window we passed by. He would be like, oh yeah, what is this? Is this like this brand? I don't want to name the brands, right? But like, oh, is this brand? Fuck you, brand name. And he would like whip out his cock and just like pee on the fucking, and we're like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, we were trying to fucking restrain him, but you know, when someone is peeing, you can't really just go in there and try to restrain them, you know, because you're afraid you're gonna get fucking drenched. He then just collapsed in front of like another window store. He was like, okay, this one I'm not gonna fucking soil. I'm fucking sleep here. Like I eat here when I'm sober, so let me just fucking sleep here. And so he literally lays down like on the sidewalk, like in front of there, and he just like rests there. Where at the same time, another friend of mine, Jim, is gone. Like we don't know where that motherfucker is. And you know, I'm the last person who has like any semblance of dignity or any semblance of like knowing what's going on, and I'm like, hey, where the fuck is Jim? And like after a while we spot Jim and he's carrying a huge dog. We have no fucking idea where Jim got the dog, alright? But he's carrying it, and it's a big one. And I'm like, hey, what the fuck? And he's like, he looked at me like in a funny way, I'm keeping this dog. And I'm like, you're not keeping the dog, just let it go. Like honestly, it was such a big dog, and I was like, put the dog down, let's talk about it, let's go somewhere and just crash somewhere, okay? Let's pick up Lawrence and let's just go. And we literally find like a back alley or something, and we all just fucking collapse there for at least like 10-20 minutes looking at the stars. For all we cared, it wasn't a city anymore. For all we cared, it was like us three, just staring at the sky and just being there, you know, in the moment. And if you exclude what kind of shit we were probably lying on top of, it was very romantic. It was a good moment, honestly. And yeah, then we got up and we kind of like made our way home. It was pretty cool. Now I know you might think I'm bullshitting you, but these people are real, and they would confirm if they were here, as they've done many times in the past when we kind of like open up about those things to others. Though I have to say, we don't really talk with these guys anymore. But these are stories for another time. I guess. And believe it or not, I have no fucking idea why I started telling you this. But hey, drunk stories. I hope you like them. The tea is cold. Disgusting. Anyway, so yeah, this conversation has gone, this monologue I should say, has gone like from wholesome to fucking projectile vomiting in like, I don't know, under half an hour. This is like, it's impressive, isn't it? And those aren't even like the funniest stories I have to share, to be honest. Expected is the word. Oh well, you know. Yeah, I've had some interesting, you know, situations I've experienced. Like, there are some things that like I will not mention. I think I've mentioned before. Like, okay, you know what? I'll mention one where I wasn't drunk. Okay, just so I prove to you that alcohol has nothing to do with me losing every shred of dignity at a split second, if it's going to create an interesting situation that I will remember forever, fondly. So, it was me and my cousin. That's another cousin, by the way. Although they share names. He is also called Alex. So, me and Alex, at the time, were vacationing in Crete, here in Greece. And we were under the... we were, let's say, you know, my uncle and my aunt, my uncle Nikos and my aunt Lilian, friends. You know, they were taking, you know, care. You know, we were their charges, let's say, for that vacation. Okay. And that evening, that afternoon, let's say, me and Alex were just feeling especially fucking hyped, because me and him were like, whenever we would be together, we seriously, it was, my relation to my cousin was very unique in that, honestly, all we had to do was look at each other and we knew that there had to be mischief. We knew we had to fuck things up for everyone around us in the funniest way possible. And we were very good at spotting opportunities like that. That particular afternoon, my uncle was like, hey, I'm going to sleep, don't do anything fucking stupid. Alright. He wouldn't say fucking stupid, he would say don't do anything I wouldn't do. He was very severe, my uncle, by the way, very, very severe. And he was like, if I wake up to any nonsense, you will both get the beating of your lives, I swear. And we were both like, yeah, sure, like, not a problem, we got you, go sleep, no worries. All we want is like this pack of Frosties and we'll be out of your legs, you know, out of your feet. And, well, poor Uncle Nikos decided to grant us our wish and give us like a pack of Frosties, you know, Kellogg's Frosties. And so, you know, it was summer, alright, it was summertime, very hot, especially in Crete. It was like fucking extremely hot at the time, by the way. So we are in our underwear. Holy shit, I couldn't say that. We were in our underwear. There we go, I said it. We're sitting there enjoying our Frosties, obviously without milk or anything, just like out of the box, having them as if they were chips or whatever. And we're not saying a word because we're both very aware that if we even fucking whisper, Uncle Nikos is going to wake up and destroy us. Alright, fucking obliterate us. And because of that, we start giggling. As we're giggling, a gust of wind unexpectedly fucking locks us out by slamming the door. Now you have to understand, these were bungalows, right? And it was like a complex of bungalows, and there was also a pool in the middle. It was a luxurious resort, whatever you want to call it, you know. And you know, so we can't go back in. We are in our underwear with a pack of Frosties eating, and there is people starting to like congregate, because of course it was like after their siesta, and they wanted to go to the pool bar and everything. And there was me and my cousin, just in our fucking slippers, eating out of a box of Frosties, seated like fucking baboons, giggling. And at that point, we're giggling so hard, and we're also Slav squatting, by the way, at that point. And we didn't, and then, you know, we didn't know what to do, because I started, you know, I started like feeling like I should use the bathroom for number 2, okay? And you know, even bringing it up just made us laugh so much, because I didn't know what to do, and like, you know, my cousin was finding it like super hilarious, and we started laughing so much that, I kid you not, as I'm Slav squatting, all right, I literally I mean, you can pretty much figure out what happened to me, okay? I'm not gonna say it, but like, it happened, okay? And we're laughing so hard that I can't fucking keep it in anymore. And it is at that time that that my uncle wakes up from us laughing. He opens the door. He sees, like, imagine opening the door right after your fucking evening sleep, right? Your afternoon nap. Opening the door, seeing 2 fucking idiots squatting semi-naked. One of them is very soiled. What the fuck is going on? What? Why are there firecrackers? Can you hear that? What the fuck? What is going on? What? Am I missing something? What the fuck? Don't worry, they're firecrackers, okay? The revolution has started. I don't know what the fuck has started, but like, I mean, I'm Greek and I don't fucking know. Anyway, so imagine being my uncle and like waking up, opening the door, and seeing me like shitting myself, laughing, eating out of a box like a fucking monkey, and my cousin also like laughing at me very loud. And like, you know, we realize my uncle is there. We look at him and we go like, you know, we realize that we're basically fucked. So he disappears back in, and he's like, Lilian, bring me the frying pan. Like, I'm not even kidding. He comes out with a frying pan, and he's like, you two are in a lot of pain. Dude, imagine 2 fucking apes, me and my cousin, okay? Me completely naked at that point, like soiled as well, running top speed in the wilderness behind the complex, and the lunatic just after us with a frying pan, and us laughing and screaming, jumping over fucking whatever was in the way, spreading Frosties all over the place. And like, literally I escaped. I'm not even kidding, I escaped. But my uncle managed to catch my cousin. I came back an hour later. No one was talking to anyone. And I was like, Uncle Nikos, can I wash? To which he was like, yes. Just like that. And that's the story. Man, that was like so fucking crazy. That was cool. Also, yes, I spent 1 hour naked in the Cretan wilds. Okay, in the Korkari wilds in Dragon Age. hoping no one would see me, ducking behind bushes and holding on to dear life on my Frosties and also eating them, and wondering like if Alex is dead or not. Holy shit. The spanking Alex received that day, fucking legendary, let me tell you. That's what Arthas saw when he said like your pain is gonna be legendary. Like he literally got spanked with a frying pan. So yeah, holy shit. Same day, or I should say night, or was it the next one? I think it was either the next one or the same, by the way. You know, Uncle Nikos and Aunt Lilian decide to have a sort of a night out as a couple, and they were like, okay, here's what's gonna happen. You two are going to take care of like Chloe, who was like a baby back then. That's Alex's sister, by the way. You're gonna take care of Chloe, you're gonna look after her, we're gonna go for a drink at the pool bar, okay? No fucking shenanigans. You know, just be responsible for once, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, okay, can definitely do that, no worries. And I swear to God, we were going to behave, you know, we were going to be mature about it. But for some fucking reason, we kind of decide that there's only one way to keep Chloe safe from mosquito bites. Like, don't even ask, I just remember that, okay? That we thought that she needed to be protected from mosquito bites. I don't remember the details. And for that reason, you know those little things that you burn, and they have like this very toxic smoke, and it's supposed to be, you know, for mosquitoes and everything. Those sticks that you burn, supposed to be repellents, but they're like so fucking highly toxic, like you can't imagine, okay? And you know, me and my cousin, being absolutely fucking morons and clueless, we light, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them. We close all the windows. It's starting to smell so fucking bad. And we're like, okay, no, that's how it's supposed to be, no worries. And at one point, baby Chloe starts vomiting, to which we both panic. We're like, okay, fuck, like we probably poisoned the baby or something. And Alex is like, quickly, run to the pool bar, across the pool, and like get Uncle Nikos or whatever, and I'll try to sort things out. And I'm like, okay, sure. And so I start running, okay. I see Uncle Nikos and Lilian at the pool bar. I'm all the way the other side. I'm running. I don't notice that there is like this, how do you call these things where you stand on them and you like kind of bounce a little bit and then you jump in? The low one, not the high one where you have to climb up, but like the low one, right? Fuck, how do you even call that in English? Anyway, I'm like, I see that thing anyway, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna jump over it, like fuck this shit, like this is my time to shine, I'm adventurous, I have to go there fast, I'm gonna ninja this shit. Nope, I fucking, my foot gets caught in that thing, and I slam into it, and then in the water. and then I'm like, no, like mission failed. I have to fucking get over to the bar, and I'm swimming in there with like, again, like nothing but my underwear because I was sleeping in them. And like everyone was looking, and I was like, no, I have to reach. And I was like, you know, I was trying to swim towards them. Uncle Nikos and Aunt Lilian were like just staring at me. They were just, they knew that something had gone extremely wrong, but they couldn't react. I could see the resignation in their eyes. And indeed, like when I got there, eventually drenched, you know, among the crowd of like people who were at the pool bar and drinking their drinks and everything, and there I was fucking soaked and like just, you know, panting and wheezing and going like, you know. And I was like, yeah, this and that happened, and like both Nikos and Lilian were like, okay, we'll take care of it, don't worry. Like they had completely given up at that point with me and Alex. They had completely fucking given up. You have no idea the things we did to our parents. We're children. Anyway, whatever. Okay, so enough story time. I don't know if these are amusing to you. They are insanely amusing to me, but like maybe sharing them doesn't work. I mean, I lived them, so to me they are like, you know, I even just remembering makes me laugh, honestly. And yeah, but I don't know if like it's something enjoyable to you to hear. I have no idea. And this is also going to be my last cigarette for a very long while, I suppose. And after I finish it, I will also I'll also use my camera. "10 minutes? Of what?" Oh, until my next cigarette? Nah, no. I've quit this thing way too many times. I know that I can do it. There's no problem. Honestly. I always kind of do that. I'm like, I will quit for increasingly long durations. Then I will have like something to say at one point to someone or whatever, just like I had to say to all of you. And you know, that's gonna prompt me to smoke, and then it's gonna be like a very long break again. You love the smell? I hate the smell. I like the taste, I don't like the smell at all. Like for me the taste is okay. I don't understand, like it's like smoking is weird, like for me at least. It's easy to quit, but there are moments when I'm like, now I want to smoke, you know, but it's very easy for me to do it, like I've done it before, so provenly it's very easy. But yeah, there are certain times. Oh well. It's not really a need for me. I know what you're saying, but for me it's not really a need. It's like this moment needs, like, I don't want to say needs it, like it will go so well with this moment. You know, I like it so much as an idea that I do it, you know, for example. And I don't think there are many moments where it's appropriate, but like earlier, for example, when I was sharing all these things with you guys, I was like, okay, for this one I'm gonna light some cigarettes, I'm gonna like smoke for this one. Like this stream is like, I'm gonna smoke, you know. And yeah, it's not really easy for me to let it catch on, you know, because for example, I've quit it now for what, like several months at this point, right? And I did it like immediately. I was like, okay, enough of that. And I didn't smoke again for like months, literally. And I even had one at one point, like half of it or something, with my father when we went out at one point. And I was like, whatever, it didn't catch. I was like, okay, yeah, just a few puffs and that's it. You know, because it was a good conversation at that point. And, you know, I was with my father, we were having coffee outside, you know, nice weather. It wasn't the other time, by the way, it was like a different time. So it's not like, you know what's easy though for me? Like for example, now that I said this is the last one, if I keep talking and I'm really enjoying my time now that I started smoking, I might light another one, for example, while I'm talking. But if I'm left to my own devices, like here, gaming or whatever, it won't come back. Like, there won't be a need for me to say, oh, now I need to do it or something, or a crave or anything, because it's very context based for me. As I said, like the moment has to be right, the mood has to be perfect for it, you know. There must be something to discuss or something to do or say, you know, like that, you know. It's almost a little bit of a signifier of like a serious talk for me, you know. Or not, maybe not a serious talk, but maybe like a real heart to heart, you know, something really personal. And it gives me something to do during those moments that takes me a little bit out of the moment so that I don't get overwhelmed, with a pleasant taste, let's say. And that's like what it does for me. That's my connection to smoking. Now vaping, I'm never touching that again. Like that was vaping was interesting in that I found it harder to quit than smoking. Not because I was addicted, but because I liked it so fucking much. Like, fortunately, that thing is such a drug. It's like you have to, like, you know, craft this, craft that. You have to mix your liquids. It's such a fucking drug. It's like you have to carry around your stupid device. It's just not for me, you know. And it tastes so good that you want to do it all the time. That's the thing, because of the taste. You know, it's not like, I guess you could say that's an addiction, I suppose, but there are other things that I like tasting, and I'm not addicted to them. Like cum. No, but like for real though. For realsies. No caps. Vaping was a matter of taste. Like it tasted so good that I found myself just, you know, wanting to taste it again. Kind of. I'm more afraid of vaping than I am of like even recreational, you know, soft drugs, like for real. In terms of like quote unquote addiction, let's say. So yeah. Or another moment where I might smoke, but it's also rare, is if I'm outside, like if I'm clubbing, for example, and the mood is so fucking hype, alright, where it just feels natural to go for a smoke. It feels natural. I don't know why. It adds like an extra note, you know, to the melody that you're composing with your dance and drinking and socializing and all that, you know. But I guess not a lot of people will feel it. But to me, it's like that. Speaking of which, I could never, like, I always, and this is so cliche, right? But I'm gonna say it. People who, like, absolutely, and I know that Sam is one of them, but like, I love Sam, okay? But I have to say, usually, on average, people who are not Sam and tell me I will never put alcohol in my body, I will never taste the taste of tobacco in my mouth, and they're like adamant and aggressive about it. Oh, it sucks, and like, no, it's so bad. I instinctually, you know, become apprehensive with them a little bit. I don't know what it is about it. It's not gatekeeping of any kind. It's not like I don't know. It's just like my experiences with people who have been shunning, for lack of a better word, things they haven't tasted. I don't know, and it doesn't extend to like nonsense. Like, it doesn't extend to like, oh, you haven't sniffed glue. You know, it's not like that. It's like if it's something light, like having a beer, for example, like if you are unable to enjoy a drink, okay, if you're psychologically unable to enjoy a drink, not even like a glass of wine on an occasion, to me you're strange. Simple as that. You're either deeply religious, which again not my type of crowd, or you're strange to me a little bit. I become apprehensive, which is not the case with people who are like, oh, you know, I've tried some, but like I don't like it, it's not for me, you know, that kind of thing. And of course I'm pretty, you know, aware that these things are acquired tastes. Like you can't, it's not like you're gonna drink beer and you're immediately gonna be like, oh, that tastes so fucking good, it's like I'm gonna drink instead of like, I don't know, G Fuel or Mountain Dew. You know, it's not like that. I know that. It's like, it's an acquired taste, like both smoking and especially beer. I find a lot of people have great difficulty with beer, even though it's quite an innocent drink, to be honest, as far as drinks go anyway. Then again, I'm also aware that tolerance is an issue. Like for some people, tolerance is a huge issue. Like for me, at least the way I drink, and like, okay, we're talking now beyond the exceptions, like beyond the funny stories and whatnot, because I have fucked up, obviously. I mean, it's now live, it's now, you know, archived forever, and it's going on my YouTube anyway. But beyond those, like, you know, instances, I never had any issue with alcohol or anything. I was always the one that was sober enough to take care of things, to remind people, hey, you forgot your jacket, hey, you know, we should pay before we leave. I was always the one who was like responsible, all that kind of thing, you know. So it never kind of bothered me. I've never caught myself not being able to think straight or like forgetting what I was doing or anything like that. And to that end, like, it is very rare for me that I will actually, you know, have an upset stomach or anything. So I don't know, I guess, you know, tolerance. I don't know what to tell you. I'm strong. You know, I don't know. Like recently I was out at a club and it was so fucking hype. It was so fucking hype. I was having the time of my fucking life, I'm telling you. And I wanted to get drunk. For real. I did. And to manage to feel slightly drunk and slightly, you know, and in the end it even upset my stomach a little bit. But I had to overdo it on purpose. I had to push myself on purpose. Now why would I do that? I don't fucking know. Sometimes I'm stupid, okay? I'm not always going to be smart. Sometimes I'll get stupid. But even then, I was quite aware of my surroundings. I was quite, you know, clear-headed, let's say, relatively. You know, a friend was asking me how I feel. We were joking. You know, there wasn't like, I wasn't like out of it. I was like, yeah, now I'm shit-faced enough. It's cool, you know. It's fine. Let me be miserable with like my upset stomach. And I still didn't feel the need to like, you know, go to the bathroom or anything like that, you know. And like, you know, throw up or something. Like, nah. I absolutely detest that function of the human body. Like, I absolutely fucking abhor it. Like, I don't like it at all. You know? So, yeah. It's like that, I don't know. And to manage that, I had to legit order a shaker, a big one. Alright, so, and you know, the lady at the bar was like, should I include like glasses, like shot glasses? And I was like, nah, don't. And there I was, chilling with a whole shaker in my hand, saying fuck it, let's get drunk, and like legit just drinking out of it. I ended up sharing, you know, because we do have that familiarity with the people I was with. I ended up sharing. We all more or less got shit-faced. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. And I mean, the worst that happened the other day is like when it comes to hangovers, you know, to having a hangover, the worst I've had was like, well, that night actually, where I was tired and had a headache, and not much else beyond that, honestly. I was also hungry, I guess, there was that. But yeah, I don't know, it was pretty cool, all in all, I'd say. And that's the amount of alcohol I have to consume, like, and I already had, like, I don't know, I had about 4 bottles of beer. I already had some shots individually. I think we had also ordered another shaker, which we shared properly, obviously. But that one I fucking soloed, almost. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. So I don't know, the whole thing about drinking is like, I guess it's a very personal and subjective experience, and I guess everyone is going to experience it like very differently, and also everyone is going to experience being around drunk people also very differently. I mean, I had to deal with drunk people a lot, because I'm going out, you know, I've been going out a lot in my life, and I've become quite acquainted with how people are when they drink. It's mostly harmless to me, from what I've seen. It's mostly just a bit ridiculous, if anything, when people are drunk, like completely out of it and drunk and going like, you know, just trying to tell you things and shit like that, and you're like, yeah, don't worry, bro, I got you, and you know, shit like that. Like, if anything, the most annoying thing I've ever had from drunk people is confessions. But not about me, you know, not to me, not towards me, right? But rather, someone randomly, for example, would approach me, and this is like very interesting. I mean, if you think that people approach me easily in MMOs and they're weird people, you should go out with me. You should go out with me and just, you know, just observe, just fucking observe from a corner, and see what kind of interactions I have. You're gonna have fun. I mean, once someone was like next to me, and I was just enjoying my beer, and the person was like drunk, and they were looking at me, sitting next to me, literally. They were looking at me, and I was like, okay, you know, I'm looking at them as well and drinking my beer. So I smile, and let me tell you, don't smile, alright? Maybe kinda grin, but like don't smile, like a soft grin, like smile weakly maybe. Don't have a hearty smile like I do. It is very inviting, I've found, okay? To smile genuinely, you know, heartily to someone, it's very fucking inviting if they are drunk, I have found, okay? So the person just leans in, and I'm like, okay, what's up? And he's like, you won't believe what's going on. And I'm like, what? Well, you know, it's like I'm here from another town. And I'm like, okay. And like I've lost like my wallet, and like I don't know where people are. And I'm like, okay, so you're lost and you're poor because you don't have your wallet, and you're just sitting there. Maybe you should go home. And he was like, no, just take me to your home, please. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I ain't doing nothing like that. I'm sorry, but like, you're gonna have to find someone else. I mean, I dodged that shit so expertly. I was like, nah, I'm sorry, buddy. You're gonna have to find someone else. Like, I'm not touching this, sorry. And the guy was like, just so fucking destroyed. But like, yeah, I mean, shitty interactions like this is what happens. That's not even the weirdest I've had. But yeah, people will often like just start telling me about their girlfriends or boyfriends, it usually ends up with like hitting on me a little bit, because obviously if someone is there to listen to you, I guess it's open season. Am I fucking right? But anyway, so yeah, that happens sometimes. So yeah, that's the most annoying. People telling you about their relations, their failed relations, to be specific. So yeah, it's not that bad. It's not often that I've seen, even when I was, even when I had like, the second largest share of a nightclub, and I had to be there for PR and like for stuff, alright, for management stuff, like making sure everything is working fine, all that kind of crap. I didn't have to do it, but I just wanted to do it, For all I cared, I could have just stayed at home and be like, okay, I own like 49% of this fucking place. I don't have to be there, I don't have a job, I don't work there. It will just print money for me, hopefully. But no, I liked being there. I liked really being there and representing like our little group of like shareholders, and being a club owner, being like, okay, I'm not hiding in a desk or something, I'm right here with you partying, I enjoy what I'm doing. And even then, right, I wouldn't like see much of, trouble coming from people being drunk, to be honest. So yeah, I think at one point someone came to me to tell me that someone is like literally just annoying them, let's say, like hitting on them consistently and like just not letting them have fun. To which I just walked over and said, hey buddy, you're gonna have to stop that. Like, the girl already said no, you have what you need, like don't make me call the fucking bouncer, just beat it, it's fine. Either beat it or go to the bar and order something and drink it, alone, apparently, okay? Have some fun, go dance or something or whatever. Can I bring you a shot? Want a shot? Want to share a shot? That's the kind of person I am, and it works usually. And the person wasn't really an asshole anyway, he was just like stricken, let's say. That's all, maybe infatuated, a little bit alcohol in there, more than he should have drunk. And that's it, essentially. I don't think I've ever seen like fights or shit like that. Oh well. Man, I could do that job, I could do that thing for the rest of my fucking life. Like, that was the best months of my life, honestly. It was a dream of mine. I was a frequenter of the place. I think I've talked about it before, right? And I was like, at one point I was like, okay, this is what I want to do, let me do that, alright? And it happened. And I was very lucky that it did. Even though it crashed and burned, okay? Even though it very clearly crashed and burned and ended up like hurting me in many ways, it was still, in a vacuum, the best experience I've had in my life. Like, running that club, the best fucking experience I've had. Anyway, so it's been what now? Almost 2 hours. I wonder if we should do something. What would you like to do? Skyrim, well, that is an interesting thing. I miss Skyrim so much. It's unbelievable. Honestly, I think I've said it again, but like, I wish that Skyrim never ended. Like, it legit had no end. Unfortunately it does, but that's not the point. The point is, it's under construction for now. I had said that while I'll be playing Dragon Age, I will be modding Skyrim. I'm gonna be like running maintenance on that thing, and I've already like removed some mods that are crucial to its function because I'm gonna replace them with newer versions. So you know, if it was a car, as I like saying, right now it would be missing wheels probably. It's in the garage. It's getting done. It's getting retouched. Don't worry. Because it did cross my mind. I was like, maybe I fire up that thing, you know. But no, it's not gonna work. I know it for sure. It's missing some essential parts right now. I really can't wait. I hate saying that because Dragon Age is one of my favorite games, but I have to say, it's crossed my mind to legit just give up on the Dragon Age playthrough and just go back to Skyrim. Like, I do miss it, honestly. But on the same, you know, at the same time, I do love the story of Dragon Age. I do want to play it through, since, you know, I lost my playthrough on Facebook. Jesus Christ. Not lost it, but like, it wasn't worth keeping, and it was on Facebook, so, you know. I need to replace it. I want to replace it with a proper playthrough on Twitch and then archive that shit, you know? And especially like after we get through the first one. Not that the first one sucks or anything, but it's really good, right? But we've all played it like so many times. Or at least most of us, I assume. But once we get to 2 or 3, it's a very good ride. It's a very good ride, so, you know. But yeah, it was a good idea. I mean, I thought about it. I was like, maybe I should do that, you know? And also, I have to say that, you know, I was looking at the views. I haven't seen yet, 2 streams in, I haven't seen any significant, like, disinterest, so to speak. So I must assume that you guys are enjoying that playthrough, so, you know, inadvertently I'm also enjoying it. So inadvertently we should play through. We should stick to our guns and do it. As much as I want to fire up Skyrim and just have insane ninja fucking Naruto fucking moments with my dual dagger build, yeah, the other day I was thinking like how cool it felt, like running Naruto running on the hills there, and like, you know, on the gentle slopes of the area around Whiterun, and like just murdering stuff. So romantic, so liberating. Anyway, yeah, Skyrim will be back for sure. It's never gonna stop, I think. Oh, is it time for me to pick another like compilation or something? What's going on? Ooh, okay, yeah, let's do that. So, let me see. Oh, wait, that's the one we were watching just now. I can't like reselect it. What about this? I guess. Wait, no. This one says it's royalty free. Am I gonna get like in trouble? No, I'm gonna trust White Butt for this one, like, because I know for sure that, you know, their stuff is like pretty fucking on point, and it's definitely there for this purpose. So let's do that, right? Plus, I really enjoy the sounds anyway. Which, I mean, also gives him some, or them I should say, some visibility that they really deserve, honestly. I'm really happy that their work has been appreciated and noticed, to be honest. But to bring it back to the initial point of discussion, unless someone interrupts me and says, hey, you should do this, and I like the idea. To bring it back to what I was discussing initially, don't for a second think that sharing myself with more people than you diminishes in any way the level and quality of feelings I maintain for you guys. This is like the strangest thing, that if you don't feel it, I know it's hard to believe it, but the people I'm in love with, all right, you're all like receiving the same, all right, from me. Let's say that. I don't know if it makes sense, and I know it's hard to believe, but yeah, it's true. I wish I could just like open my mind for you to see it, and my heart, so that you could see that it's true, because I have no other fucking way of proving it. Of not proving it, but like of showing you, So anyway, just felt I should put it out there. And yeah, since we're like keeping nothing back, let's say. Although by now I probably disgust you with all these stories I've shared. Alright, but like, since we're talking about all of that, it does extend to the physical, let's say. I don't know if that's like putting it diplomatically enough or correctly enough. But yeah, it does. Though there, I have to say, there should be the reservations there, because I am, as much as I would love to be so fucking wholesome as to say that, for example, appearances don't matter. To me, it's like a combination. Like, I've always seen things, 50-50, let's say, split between the inside of a person and the outside of a person. But the thing is that it's not exactly the objective. Like, if you ask me, for example, I never go for what is objectively considered beauty. I rather, which is not to say that you guys aren't beautiful, honestly, in your own way, but it is to say that I prefer charm over, let's say, dry physical appearance, okay? Or even wet physical appearance. But you know what I mean? It's like someone can be objectively ugly, but they can have a certain air or something about them physically that draws me, But it does need to be there. It's not like I'm not into the whole platonic relationship thing. I'm not much into that, unless the other person, of course, is like, nah, I mean, I always respect limits and everything, obviously. That's fucking obvious, right? Alright, enough smoking. Fuck this shit. Here's to quite a few more months of none of that. Let me just stow all this shit away, because I'm not gonna show it on camera, obviously. I'll be right back. I'm not gonna mute or anything, but yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Well, shit, no, you know what? Proper BRB. Just a moment, as I sit down, I just realized I need to use the bathroom. So, proper BRB, I'm gonna mute. But yeah, I'll be right back again. Sorry. Okay. Now I'm back proper. This is gonna be a little bit difficult because, as I said, like my chat window is on OBS. It's kind of like doesn't want to cooperate with me. So if I were to turn on my camera, which I will, of course, but like if I were to do that, I'm gonna have to be checking my phone to see chat, and you know that's gonna be awkward because like, yeah, I'll be looking down on my phone instead of like being awkward and looking at my chat, right? So I guess both are a bit awkward. I don't know, but looking at my phone feels like a bit more inappropriate. I don't fucking know. Still though, you know, it's good to do it, I guess. So yeah, hi. That's very green, isn't it? Because of the screen there. So where do I put my phone so I can actually see? This is difficult. This maybe kind of like stand it against something else, but I don't know. I guess I'll just be checking it from now and then. No, every now and then. Sorry. Hi. Yeah. Now, for example, you can see that I'm looking down because it's right there. But like, yeah, whatever. I need more tea, but I hate to put you on BRB again. That's the thing. So, what's up? What's up, beautiful? But no, really. I don't know what to say. Do you have anything that you want to add or ask me or mention? I wonder. Because if not, I've mostly said what I intended to say, and if you know, if it's nothing specific, I'll either kind of like run my mouth a little as I usually do, or I have an idea actually. But yeah, like Neris told me that he wanted to do some dailies in Guild Wars, so you know that could be a possibility, and it's always a source of amusement, and I can always talk openly about the people that we play with in groups, so you know it can happen. That's a thing that can happen. Are you even saying anything? This is so annoying. Like, maybe I should set it up against. Wait, let me try this. Actually, probably. Give me a sec. Maybe put it like this. It's still though. It's like still not good though. Like I still have to look down and there, which doesn't work for me. Not too much. I hate it. You know what I should have? I should have like a small like place, a holder for my phone, like next to my monitor, like right there, and just like, you know, see that, but I can't. Oh, you're saying something. Dailies will be late to start now. I feel kinda off today. How so? What's wrong? I mean, I'm just curious. Now I'll constantly be looking at my phone. Fuck. I'll check in a bit. Kinda off somehow, can't really focus. Oh, I see. Actually, I wonder if Sam is still here. Or actually, I wonder who is still here. From all of you who actually do talk. Not that the rest don't matter to me or anything like that. Don't take me wrong. It's not that. Okay, obviously. I wish. Okay, so I wish that this this actually showed me exactly who's watching and exactly how many are watching, because I know for a fact that there's more than 2 people, I would assume. It does only show me like 1 or 2 people every single time, which is weird, honestly. And I still can't figure how the fuck I can make alerts pop on screen, or at least on my, I don't know, at least on my end, if not at yours, on yours as well. I don't know. I guess I'll figure it out if I must at one point. Can't see some of the viewer list. Oh, yeah. Who knows? But yeah. I've told you before though, Neris, you've always been, to me, ever since I've known you. Remember what I told you like the first time we met, by the way? Actually, let me just move the shit out of here. Shall I hold you in my hand like this? I'll just put it here, I don't know. Or, wait, I have another idea, maybe... Fuck. You can always hold me, yeah. That's true. Let me just try this. It's not gonna work probably, but let me try. Kinda. Low tier stream here, what can you say, right? What can you expect? Yeah. I bet. No, I'm not gonna say that. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. Or maybe I will. I don't know. But honestly, do you remember like the first time I met you? I did tell you that to me, you were like this. You were such an anime protagonist, you know. You still are. You still have that air about you, know. You remember, huh? Yeah. In a similar manner, Sam is like on the anime front. I'm not going to continue that thought. But yeah, anyway. So, for real, no caps. Okay. Maybe I should wrap it up here. I'm not sure. It's been about, 2 hours anyway. So, did I say everything I wanted to say? Yeah, I guess, in the end I can say that now that you know what has been on my mind, what has been like keeping me, let's say, I can properly apologize. Or not apologize, but kind of say like it's my bad, that I've been kind of distracted during my streams, and that I've been feeling kind of low, and it probably, slipped through the cracks onto my content, such as it is anyway. You're too curious? Okay, well, what I was gonna say, if I was like to take a breath and say it, I would say that Sam is like Sam could have been a robot for all I care, and I would still fuck with him. Okay. I feel that kind of connection, to him, to his personality. So if you're curious, that's what I was gonna say. But I think, Sam should probably be here for that, but whatever. Anyway. I still have some memories from you. A fun little thing. Oh, by the way, I think I've got something. Remember? I got a BRB for this though, not BRB for real, but like put you into BRB jail, as it is. So remember when I talked about like that time, that night out where, what, sorry? Jail time for your past sins? Yeah, it's not just for you, it's for everyone. So, alright, let me just put these two out here. And therefore, alright, so remember like when I said that I was trying to get shit-faced and everything, right? This is the result. It's nothing funny, it's just me and Joanne, right? But yeah, here you go. Like that's like, as you can see, we kind of like partied until the morning. Literally, you can see it's day out there, man. I don't know, it was such a good time. I don't even know like why I'm sharing this, but like, since we're just talking anyway. Yeah, that was like pretty fucking a pretty amazing night, I'm not gonna lie. And this is Joanne just being demon-eyed. Damn, good times. Like that was like such a good night out, honestly. Anyway, let's just return to what we were viewing before. Which wasn't really anything we were viewing, but more like what we were sailing to. Which was this. There you go. But yeah, no, it was pretty fucking wild. I really live for my nights out, honestly. Okay, so I feel I've said everything I had to say. All is said and done. Okay. I might leave you for now. It's still early, and I did want this to just be just chatting, right? And to open up a little and share a few things. So maybe I have to go now. I'm not sure. Question mark. You can expect, just in case I go, sorry, sitting up a little bit. Just in case I decide to go, I will see you on my next Dragon Age stream. I mean, it could be now, right? To be fair, I could stream for a couple of hours at least. But you know, I just don't like mixing that stuff. I don't like jumping from one kind of stream to the other. Like if this was Guild Wars, if I was gonna play something, it would have been something that I can just throw in there in a just chatting kind of way, you know, and not really focus on it or like, you know, play properly, if that makes sense. I don't know. Quite curious. You know what I can't wait for though, as well? I really want Baldur's Gate 3 to release fully, so that actually Sam, Neris and I can actually play it. And I'll probably stream that as well, like the whole playthrough. Blind first time playthrough with 3 people. Should be interesting, I think. But beyond that, honestly, I don't have anything else to say. I do hope that you had at least some fun listening to my stories, let's say, and that that you don't hold it against me that I have been low energy on streams lately. Fortunately, that's a bit done. I'm out of it, you know, out of that like phase, let's say, of feeling beaten down by things going wrong, okay, in the emotional department. Even like I feel like right now, even if I wanted to, I couldn't make conversation anymore. I feel drained, let's say. But it's not awkward. I mean, I'm not feeling awkward or anything. But I think that's it for today. Okay, I think that's it for today. It's been nice and it's been very like heartwarming for me. You know, exposing myself a little bit, I guess, with all the drunk stories and all the nonsense and everything. I feel 2 hours is good for just chatting. I don't think that I want anything else at this point. I want nothing else from you. That's it. I'm discarding you for now. Probably what I'll do is I will go into Guild Wars and actually try to do my dailies, because I think Final Fantasy is in maintenance anyway, 24-hour maintenance, so that's out of the question. Therefore, Guild Wars. Or I could sleep early, I don't know, I'll see. I'm pretty sure there are some things that I wanted to say that are like completely irrelevant with everything I've said so far, but I don't know. I forgot about them. I think sharing stories from my past and all that kind of I don't know, winded me down a little bit, and also confessing to multiple people at the same time. Okay, sort of. Kind of also mellowed me a little bit, you know. I'm kind of, if it makes sense, I'm feeling like, I don't know, I'm feeling like I would like to lay down on bed and like be petted or something, more than anything else. Maybe watch like a movie or something and just drift into sleep doing that. You know what, that sounds like an excellent idea. I think I'll probably do that. So, sounds amazing, yeah. Yeah. It is. Sorry, just reminiscing a little bit. Alright, so. Let's have a proper stream next time, okay? Let's have a proper stream of Dragon Age. You know, the 7-hour ones that I'm starting to become, you know, known for. No way, nowhere near known. Just yeah, whatever. As you can see, whoop, what? I didn't want to do that. Fuck off. There. As you can see, what was I gonna say? Fuck. Nope, lost it. At this point I lost it. Alright, so yeah, thank you for watching. This was a bit of a... how can I say this? This was a bit of a directed stream. I did want to address specific people. So I'm pretty sure that it wasn't enjoyable to someone watching out of context too much. But it's something that I needed to do. It's something that I wanted to do for a while, like for the last at least 2 weeks. And now it's out of my fucking system. So, you know, we can get back on the program. You can get back to bullying me with your view counts, and like I can get back to one-shotting hard games. I wish. No, just back to regular gameplay, I guess. Since we're here, okay, and even though this was, as I said, a little bit more directed to certain people in my life, some of whom weren't even here, by the way, which is a shame. Why don't you take this opportunity, which I'm not gonna extend very often, okay, and either tell me stuff, or ask me stuff, or confront me with stuff, I guess, even if that's how you feel, or whatever. I'll do my best to answer or to address, okay? I'm going to give you, like, I don't know, a few minutes to do that, after which I will assume that no one has anything to add or anything to say or ask, okay? And I'm gonna say this while I'm waiting. The hardest part, and I didn't manage to do it, but I wanted to do it, so, you know, still technically the hardest part of this has been like trying to talk about people with whom things didn't work out in the end. I found it a little bit somewhere between inappropriate and probably drama inducing, drama inciting if I did that. So some stuff I decided to keep for myself, I guess. I kind of like touched on the thing a little bit when I said that recently I've been through certain situations with people that I've met in the 3 MMOs that I've played. That they just didn't work. These things just didn't work out as well as I suppose everyone involved would have hoped, right? But yeah, it's a journey, it's a learning experience, isn't it? Sorry for looking down sometimes, just I'm looking at my phone because, again, I have to see the chat in case someone says anything. I wouldn't say it's like, alright, so I wouldn't say it's like cowardice to not touch on those things, to like not bring them up, and to not call out people for certain things they did or didn't do. I for one don't mind being called out if like I've done something that is wrong, for example. As long as the purpose is discussion and not drama, just honest heart to heart. But yeah, some things I guess are best kept private for some people, so I respect that fully. Just know that I don't generally harbor, in case you're watching this, okay? I just don't harbor any bad feelings, alright? I will say though, regarding some of those things, I am glad that they're done, alright? And for some others, not so glad, but what can you do, right? It had to happen and it happened, I suppose. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure I wanted to talk about some movies and some stuff like that, and like games that are coming out, and like there were some things I wanted to talk about, but right now my mind is just blank completely. I don't know. So I'll see you in like a couple of days. I'll see you in a couple of days, maybe 2 or 3 days, let's say, for more Dragon Age. And thanks for listening. Actually, I usually say thanks for watching, but I feel thanks for listening is more appropriate here because, well, first of all, you're not even watching anything, but beyond that, I feel like you were there to listen, all of you, and that is like so precious. That's really cool of you. For the rest who might have tuned in and just like going, what the fuck is this person talking about, what's going on, the truth is that I didn't want to put it in just chatting, just because someone might pop in and say, oh, what the fuck is this, but I don't know where else to put it. Like there's no category where someone can tag it as, I don't know, opening up, or it wouldn't make sense. Well, I mean, it would make sense, yeah, okay, but there is no such category as far as I'm concerned. So it had to be just chatting. So if you ended up here with no fucking clue about like what's going on, or what I'm talking about, who am I, all of that shit. Not that you should, I'm not saying you should know who I am, okay, or what this stream is, or anything. But like, out of context, all this must be ridiculous. It must sound and seem absolutely shitty, maybe, but it's one of those situations where those who know, okay. I just had to do it under just chatting because there's no other way to address these things for me currently. So there you have it. Still, if you stay, or if you are one of the involved parties, or if you're generally just watching my streams but still felt out of context, thank you all the same. I hope that there was something interesting there. Yeah. That's all I've got to say. Just thanking you for being here, and for listening and watching. So, without further ado, I'm gonna end the stream, and I'm gonna wish you good night. And yeah, for me, it's been pretty fun. Let's say not fun, but like, well, liberating is one word, but also enjoyable. There's no instance where I will not enjoy talking about stuff. That kind of cycles back into the whole thing of like me, how I remember things after the fact. It's like I remember them fondly anyway, and they always amuse me, and I will always talk about the funny parts of it, which of course also includes, me being an idiot. Even that, it's not like I exempt myself. But I feel it's too early to share more about the situations that didn't work out for me. Even though there's like, food for thought there, and material for good laughs, and always like obviously kind-hearted laughs, because it also includes me fucking up or me being a complete idiot sometimes. So yeah, but I can't do it right now because it's too soon, right? Not too soon, too early. Yeah, things are too recent. But yeah, the intention is never to ridicule someone, but rather to laugh with them, not at them, and to remember stuff and laugh about it and be happy that it's gone if it's bad, it does bring into mind one thing though. This I have to share because this was like kind of stupid, honestly. I met a person, let's say, and I've talked about them before. When I was talking about that crush I had with A, not you, alright? Crush on someone, and I did mention that other person passingly, but so this guy, okay, I'll share two things about them or him, okay. This guy, I'll tell you what, this guy, okay, hurt me so much and so fast that it really just immediately made me numb to it, like the moment it happened, it was so final and so absurd that I was like, okay, and it was done. I've never felt like that before, where I've completely blanked and gone like, okay, bye, like that with someone. But this time it happened. So this person, so two things about them that I found quite amusing. Through certain circumstances in their life, they ended up in a weird situation where their then significant other allegedly became pregnant, and obviously they chose to, and I say they as in both or one of them, I'm not sure, okay? And when I say I'm not sure, it's because I don't want to like presume, alright? But anyway, they decided like not to keep the baby, which wasn't even a baby. It was like, you know how it is, alright? So we're mature people, you know how that shit works. But to let it grow, okay? Just go with me for this one. Anyway, that person would then at one point call me, PM me. Alright. I won't even say which game it was. It's just the whole thing was absurd and surreal. So I just want to share that part. And here we are, I meet them at a graveyard in game. Okay. And they're fucked up completely. I think they had smoked something or drank something, who the fuck knows. They were so sad. They were sitting, their character was sitting in that graveyard. Which, by the way, that graveyard is the shittiest graveyard I've ever seen in a game. And it's in a very inappropriate position, I guess. Alright, because it's next to things that it shouldn't be. Quite honestly. But anyway, and this guy is there, and he's got like this minion, right? And hey, if you're watching right now, you do know that I found it so ridiculous even then that I brought it up, and I told you that one day I'm gonna look back at it and laugh, and I hope you're doing the same, okay? So, alright, just addressing that. And so the person was there. They had this minion, which was like a panther cub or something, and they had named it a certain name, and they were staring at it, okay? And I was like, okay, what's going on? What the fuck is this? Because that's already surreal. And so the whole thing was that the person was just at the graveyard mourning the loss of their child, which wasn't even formed at that point, and whose representation was the panther cub in the game. And they were lamenting that by staring creepily at the in-game minion in a graveyard. So this was like, to me, so cringe that even then and there I told the person, look, what you're doing right now is so fucking ridiculous and so unwarranted that you really, we're gonna be laughing about this one day. Like you at the graveyard lamenting the son you never had at your fucking, I don't know, 18 or 19. Are you serious? What the fuck? Broski. Okay. And just the whole situation was like, I'm not gonna lie. Even they at the end were like, yeah, that's a bit weird. Yes, it was fucking weird, okay? And yeah, I was there for them, obviously, to like walk them through it. But I could not just not bring it up. So there you go. The same person cut me off because they thought, like, out of nowhere, I was the one who supported them the most in their times of need, as best as I could, on voice, on this, on that, like be there for them, like anything. And just because I started talking with another person they thought was plotting against them, they sent me like this horrendous text brick, which was like, I can't, like, take the chance that you're siding with my enemy, and like, what? And stuff like, my well-being shouldn't concern you, but so I also shouldn't concern myself with your well-being. And I was like, what is all this, and wow, what the fuck. It was one of those MMO what the fuck moments, social moments. I don't even know what happened there, but like a lot of things went wrong probably. From the available evidence at the end, was that person someone I'm sad I lost? No, because looking at the evidence, they may have lied to me about their situation. Sadly, just evidence though. I'm just being open. Ridiculous person, really, and honestly, if they were watching right now, I would definitely repeat that. Like, those are the signs of a very ridiculous person. Don't be ridiculous. Anyway, things like that is like, I wish I could go into more detail. I probably will in the future when I feel like more comfortable with like naming or with like bringing it up in its fullest, because I'm not right now. So yeah, that's something that I'm feeling at ease with. It is enough to like, right. I guess why I'm bringing it up is because I want to say MMOs are fun, but when it comes to like things like that, like, don't try to, how can I say this? It's difficult to word it, okay? But what I'm trying to say with this is, if you find yourself so detached from reality that you are in a graveyard in a game and you're using minions to represent things that probably weren't even there, or perhaps even weren't happening as you might remember them, if you're that detached, you may need a different outlet and help. That's all I'm gonna say. MMOs are very weird. People who play them are, we are all very weird people. I'll say. But some of us are weird in a very nice way, okay? And honestly, gaming can be a connection, a bridge, and a treasure trove of people who you might wanna keep in your life, right? But what I'm interested in is the stories that point to the exact opposite. They're far more juicy, less emotional maybe, less wholesome maybe, but they're so juicy. And yeah, I'm looking forward to being more comfortable with sharing, because like, at the end of the day, I'm not just saying anything that is not true. Like, my view is like, how can I say this? This takes some thought on how to word it. It's not that I don't keep secrets. It's not that I'm not discreet. It's that unless stated otherwise, and if it's not hurting anyone, I will share. And I have no reservations when I share. Okay? You may have noticed that about me, I guess. But I never do it like, maliciously. But if it's something that happened, I will share it. And if the people involved, including myself always, feel bad about it, to the point where they would rather not talk about them, then I hope they've put that part of themselves behind and moved on, and come to terms with what they said and did, and how fucking stupid it was. Okay? And again, that includes myself. Yeah. I hope all of this made sense. It will make more sense as I share more things about what has happened the last few weeks at least. The negative stuff, so to speak, the negative for me at least, the fact that I named them negative right now speaks volumes of, what stage I am in regarding them. because normally, as I said, I would call them like fond memories, but for now they're just negative experiences. Okay, if that makes sense. But yeah, I do look forward to sharing, because they're fun stories. Okay, fun in the way of like they're amusing stories, and maybe cautionary tales. Alright, which I hope it's both, kind of. Like, I hope that soon I'll be able to open up completely about the experiences that I've had. Alright? Partially I did that today, to be honest. But today I covered the good stuff. Because yeah, I met like Kitty. I met Adam. Obviously I've met Sam and Neris through MMOs as well. Other people as well, like Zai and Caspian and quite a few others. Alright? And I'm still meeting like a fuck ton of interesting people. I think real life is still better. Okay, but I also think that it's a treasure trove. Like, you can find so many interesting things to talk about that stem from our exchanges in virtual worlds, right? It's food for thought. But yeah, I hope I can soon open up about that, and we can have a laugh and point out what went wrong where and why, own mistakes, assign blame, take responsibility, and everything else in between, I guess. And do so in a civilized manner and a constructive way. You know what? Talking about Kitty. And okay, I have to say, okay, obviously they're not a kitty, alright. He is not a kitty, obviously, but I can't for sure know if they would allow me, if he would allow me to address him properly, just like Adam did. You know, I had to ask first. But for now, it's gonna be Kitty. Okay, that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know for now. So I was gonna say, I love how Kitty. All right, so. Oh boy, okay, here it goes. Whenever I talk to Kitty and we're on voice, afterwards, or at one point after anyway, he will tell me that he misses like this storytelling voice, my voice, that is. Which I mean, I don't like. I don't. How can I say? I don't think that my voice is like that. But noticing that the tone that I had, like the last 10 minutes, I was like, "Is that what Kitty means?" Not that I found it like very sexy or just anything, but I was like, oh, maybe that's what Kitty hears, that kind of thing. And it was like, it was nice. It was nice to remember that line, and it's nice to receive it. That compliment, it's like coming from Kitty. So adorable, honestly. But yeah, I think I don't have a storytelling voice. I think I have a very shitty voice, in fact. But that's a different matter. I have like, I've told you before, right? I do have like voice dysphoria, like, and I think I also noticed, not noticed, but like said, yeah, I've also brought up the fact that it's to the point where sometimes I start, how when you record yourself, you hear it, and you're like, that's horrible. All right, so we all have that to a degree. Some of us can ignore it. Some others have practiced enough to legit not care, and some others just don't have a shitty voice and they know it. Okay, and like, wow, I wish I was one of them. But like, point being, we all have that. Okay, for me, it's like I have it in real time. Like right now, as I'm talking to you, I'm feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it. like for real. Like, oh, this sounds so bad. It's voice dysphoria is like the weirdest random shit you can ever suffer from. Like, probably there are more like worse stuff, but this is random. Like, it's so fucking random. Like, it's as if I'm actively trying to push back the need to repeat myself in a better voice, so to speak, quote unquote. It's a struggle, and right now it's fucking me up. And this is where I will really leave you, okay? Because like right now I just can't. Okay, I don't know. That's all. Thank you for watching. You've been wonderful, and actually, you know what? It's a great opportunity to be able to say that, to be able to share these things freely, like online, right, with strangers. It's exhilarating and liberating at the same time. It's also worrisome a little bit, but I've come to really appreciate streaming as it is, as an outlet or as a channel, no pun intended, you know. So anyway, take care, and I'll see you in a few days for Dragon Age. And once my Skyrim mods are ready, I might throw in the occasional Skyrim stream, because I really just miss it so much, you know, streaming about it, or streaming it anyway, sorry. Alright, so thanks for watching, thanks for being here, and for the opportunity to open up, right? And again, like those of you watching out of context completely, I'm sorry, but all I can say is like, this stream had to happen, okay? So if you didn't enjoy it, it is like 100% understandable, and yeah, you need context to be able to appreciate certain things I said. Maybe except the funny memories I shared, which, yeah, whatever. Anyway, thank you for being here and for listening and watching. I'll see you soon, okay?